Here we are, Mac OS X Leopard on PC hardware. So let me show you a little bit about how it works. First, I want to prove that this really is Leopard running on PC hardware. So let's go ahead and restart the computer, and you'll see it boot up like a normal Windows machine would. Okay, here we go. You'll see a BIOS screen and everything in a moment. Okay, I have an Asus P5K-V motherboard. Alright, now we come to what's called the Darwin bootloader. Basically, this is what allows us to load Mac OS X operating system. Because remember, the Macs don't have the same BIOS. They have a different thing that's not BIOS. It's called EFI. That's not really important. What's important is this gets around that. Let's go ahead and load it up. After this screen, your computer is basically going to be a Macintosh computer. You see the classic Apple, the gray screen, it's loading. One thing you'll notice that you don't get to hear is the Mac sound when the computer starts up, because that is not actually part of the operating system, that is part of the hardware. And that's it. One of the fastest loading Macs I've ever owned, maybe the fastest. And here we are in Mac OS X Leopard. I have a custom wallpaper in the background, but if you were to load this up from the very beginning, you would see the aurora, the night sky with the stars. Excuse me, my cat is now attacking me. Prince, go away, please. Bye-bye, kitty. Alright. Back up here, let's go ahead and look at the About This Mac. Okay? Let me see if I can zoom you in so that you can get a better view on it. Okay, here's the About This Mac. You can see it says version 10.5.6, Mac OS X, 8 gigabytes of RAM. It reports my processor is a 3.8 gigahertz unknown. It's a 3 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Duo processor. That still doesn't register properly there, but that doesn't seem to affect the usage at all. Let's go ahead and load up System Profiler. We'll back out. Okay. In System Profiler, it's hard to see, but let's zoom in again and get focused right there. Okay. So you can see we have built-in audio. The audio is actually a Realtek ALC-A83. It's built onto the motherboard. There's no Bluetooth onto this. It passed all its diagnostic power on self-tests. Firewire is working fine. Disk burning reports it's working fine. The graphics are NVIDIA GeForce 8800 GT with 512 megabytes of onboard video RAM. It works great, and I'll show you in just a moment. Memory, we have 4 2 gigabyte modules. That equals 8. Yeah, it's 4 times 2 is 8. Okay. And we also have no PCI cards reported, but actually our airport card is a PCI card. Our airport card is actually a Buffalo card. I have the box right up here. This one. And that actually takes the place of the airport card, and the software believes that it is an airport. Alright, we've seen enough of System Profile. That's not fun. Let's get to something fun. Why don't we go ahead and back out, and let's go ahead and play a little bit of World of Warcraft. Now remember, this is not a standard Mac. This is a regular PC hardware. I built this machine myself, and we're going to go ahead and boot this up. I'll block your vision so you don't see my personal info. Alright, here we are. I've only got 2 characters left. I am quitting the game, and I've deleted all my other characters. But let's log in as Arma. Okay, now I can say that I have used the ATI Radeon HD 4850 with 1 gigabyte of onboard video memory, and that was my Vista setup. That's supposed to be a better card. It has more RAM on it too, but yet this actually has consistently better results even in Delaran, which all of you know is a painful place to go for your frames per second. Now even in Delarin here, I can go to my frames per second, and they're nearly 60 running around in Delarin. Outside of Delarin, it's almost always 60. You can see the graphics look great. They look pretty sharp. It's OpenGL. And this runs better than my Vista setup ran even when I had a better graphics card. Okay, you can see everything works great. You can play it just like normal. And actually I prefer to play it in the Mac operating system because you have this very nifty shortcut key that immediately makes it a windowed mode. And it still runs great even in windowed mode. Take a look at that. Still rendering perfectly. I can move it around and there's no tearing or anything. No ghosting. Okay. So you see World of Warcraft works. Let's shut that down. Let's go with something simpler. How about iTunes? Does iTunes work? Okay, we're going to boot up iTunes. Well, we're not really booting it up. We're just starting it. And let's go to actually my library on a different computer in the same house. And let's see if we can play something. Here we go. Seems to work fine. Okay, so iTunes works perfectly. You can access the store, you can listen to podcasts, whatever you want to do. Close that out. How about Final Cut Pro? I'd love to show you my video importing footage over the FireWire. Unfortunately, my video camera is being used to film this, so I can't show you the video camera. But here we go. How about this project, which has a video of my cat when he was extremely small. That's my wife holding on to the cat. Check this out. High definition video. This is HDV, using mini DV cassettes. High quality playback. Okay, we'll put that at regular size. And then you can see that we can go ahead and drag this down into the bar there, and you can scrub through it with high quality scrubbing. It looks absolutely wonderful. Looks better than my iMac. Okay, so you saw Final Cut Pro works. World of Warcraft works great. Basically everything works great. The only problem I've encountered is every now and then I have to unplug my mouse after booting up and plug it back in to get it to recognize it. And there is, of course, the issue in the About This Mac that reports there's a 3.8 gigahertz. And that's about it. Everything works spectacular. Alright, so now you know. You can get OS X Leopard running on PC hardware. You can't get it running on any PC hardware. I actually had to buy a new graphics card and CD-ROM drive to get this to work. But I want to show you that I did actually purchase and use an official Mac OS X Leopard retail DVD. This is not a patched DVD. It's not a hacked DVD. I installed using the real thing. So I can go ahead and use software update just like any Mac user can, and I can update my software. And this is different from a lot of those pirated distributions such as Callaway or iDeneb or Leo for All. They used a patched version of the DVD, pirated, which is torrented, so you download it on the BitTorrent and you don't pay for the software. This is software that's paid for, and you can use software update. With all the other distributions, it seems that software update will generally break your installation and you have to start from scratch, or at best you'll have to redo a whole bunch of settings and kernel extensions and things that just aren't fun. So I think this is the most efficient way to get your Leopard installed on PC hardware. Like I said, it doesn't work for any hardware, but if you got the right stuff, Leopard will run on it. And I can say this is the most powerful and best Mac I probably own right now.